What's up, guys? New video today. I felt led today to talk about music and basically as a Christian, what are you allowed to listen to? Like, as a Christian, like, what are we allowed to hear as Christians? To me personally, this is an important topic because I love music. Music is my thing. And I love exploring music genres. Like, I love exploring different kinds of music. I'm just now discovering how good jazz is, and I don't even care about jazz that much. But like I said, I like to discover stuff. I like to discover music, and like that's my thing. Every single day, you're gonna see me plugged up with something in my ear because I just love listening to music. So today, basically, I felt like God led me to talk about what kind of music are we allowed to listen to, and I don't say this not just from like my own experiences, but like what God taught me, like what He showed me. And by all means, you can like always search up more answers if you like still need like clarity. You feel me? So I'm gonna get straight into it. So basically, around this world, obviously there's a lot of demonic music going on. There's a lot of witchcraft going on in music, even. You feel me? And it happens so much, like it's not even funny. Like you just see like everywhere in the music industry, and like as a Christian, I get it. It's hard to like find a good artist to listen to without feeling a little disturbed if it has like a demonic agenda behind it or like a demonic message behind it, and like you don't know if it's fine for you to listen to. For example, like me personally, I love metal music. I've been a metalhead ever since. You feel me? I love brutal death metal. I love slam. Shout out to all my Christian metalheads out there. And basically in my life, I recognize the effect music has, not just on people, but like on me personally. I realize how much effect it can have on me as a person individually. And I know that we have this tendency to like think to ourselves like, it doesn't affect me, I can control myself. We gotta humble ourselves and think, okay, is this music really taking effect on me? Because mind you, one of the ways you can know that a song is good to listen to is its lyrical theme. So, if the song is about depression, if it's about, suicide, if it's about like, simple things like that, like death and killing people and stuff like that, it's not gonna be that good to listen to. I suggest you don't even hear that stuff because, for example, I used to be a Slipknot fan, and if you know Slipknot very well, most of their messages are not that family friendly. Like one of my favorite albums used to be, what was it, like their Iowa album, and when I tell you like that album is like so out of pocket, like that will take an effect on you, even if you don't think it will, because music is just that powerful. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, music is a powerful thing. That's why the devil's out here, in the music industry, like, deceiving people like that. Because he's trying to take people's soul. He's trying to lead people to hell and think, oh, it's not that bad. He justifies it in people's head. He makes us think, oh, it's not that bad. Maybe, I could control myself from this. But we gotta humble ourselves and really think, is this song good for me to hear? Notice the effects that, if you hear a certain song, think of one of your favorite secular songs and think of the effect it has on you. If you're recognizing that it has a negative effect on you, like it's making you depressed, it's making you suicidal, it's making you angry towards people, turn off that song. Honestly, turn off that song. I had to tell myself this when it came to certain, bands, because I love metal. I love rock music. I love metal. I love all the gutturals and stuff. You feel me? But most of the stuff in metal, is graphic, it's gruesome, it's untainted. Nothing's really censored in metal. You feel me? And I have to be careful with what I listen to. Of course, there's some bands I wish I could still hear, like Slipknot. I wish I could still hear Korn. But God showed me, like, there's more music out there for you to hear. You just don't have to hear them. And sometimes, before I go any further, He also showed me it's based on your convictions on what God gives you. You feel me? If God, for example, there's some people out there who, is convicted to get tattoos, and some is convicted not to get tattoos. That's just their convictions, because it's all depending on our calling. So for me, for example, right now I just can't listen to some bands because that's my convictions. Who knows, maybe someday, because this has happened before, like someday He'll change my convictions, and he'll allow me to hear certain bands or like hear certain music, because back then I had little self-control. I had, very bad anger issues, and I was just a horrible person back then, and the way music affected me was ultimately, sinful. But that's my convictions, because that's part of my calling. So whatever the Lord called you to, whatever your convictions are, go to him about it, because he knows you best, obviously. But you just want to be sure, God, is this fine for me to do? You always want to go to your Father first about this. I'm telling you, I know sometimes it gets a little tedious. You just want to right away answer. Sometimes it'll take minutes or even days to answer, but still, I encourage you to seek God first for an answer before you do anything like that, if it makes you feel off. You feel me? Because there's some music I'm like, God, is this fine? He'll confirm it, like, yes. You go listen to it, I'm like, cool. So you always want to go to God about certain things. Now, going forward with that, you feel me, the music you listen to, you want to be sure if it's okay to hear, and make sure the music is lyrically sound, meaning it doesn't talk about, depression, suicide, killing people, drugs, all that stuff. I know a lot of people like to listen to rap today. Most of the rap is tainted, it's sinful. Just be careful with what you hear, because like I said before, it will have an effect on you even if you don't see it. And ask God, is this okay? And I'm gonna keep saying that because, it's an important question. Like, God, is this fine for me to do? And if the answer is no, it's just no. We can't twist his arm. We just can't twist his arm. You feel me? And this, honestly, I'll say this, it takes humbling. It takes a lot of, courage to obey God sometimes. Sometimes the answer is uncomfortable. There's sometimes God answered me with, an uncomfortable answer when he said, don't listen to this band no more. I'm like, dang, because it's tough, because I love some music. But when God says that, he usually has something, better in mind for you. Like, I never knew there was a such thing as Christian metal before I even fully dedicated my life to Jesus. But when he showed me Christian metal, I was like, this is awesome. You feel me? And there's even Christian rap out there. There's Christian subgenres out there that you can listen to, not just worship. You ain't gotta listen to like CCM or like just worship music. There's a lot of things you can hear. And it's not like, there's just Christian music and then there's secular music. I kind of see it in, like I said, you can always go to someone else for this, but like I kind of see it as, music is music, and the way you use it is how good or bad it can be. Music is good in itself. Music is not sinful, but the way people use music is how it makes it sinful. You feel me? People could use music for bad and like to deceive people. They can use it for witchcraft. That's bad. If you're using music to uplift people, that's good. Music is not a sin. It's not a sin to listen to music, but the way people use music can make it a sin. So I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, go to God about it. If there's a song that you feel like you just don't want, you just want answers about it, go to God about it. He'll tell you. There's many times God has told me, don't listen to this. You can listen to this. Just go to him. Go to him about it. Sure, the answers may be tough. Sometimes he'll say no. Sometimes he'll say yes. But that's all dependent on your life. And if someone says to you, don't do that, but God told you something else, don't listen to that person, because that's your convictions. That is your convictions. Don't let nobody stop you from what God told you. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. I'm here. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name, man.